organizational storage. But how about the 10-second tidy on the floor? Now, some people consider the floor the largest shelf in the house. Others prefer to have it nice and clean and tidy. Either way, we've got a tool called EyeVac that is a touchless sensor activated vacuum, basically, that allows you again to just brush the contents, as you saw, into the direction of the vac, and it will activate it and then immediately draw it into the unit. We are presenting this at a President's Day weekend price of $79.98. Now that price will go up at the end of the day on Monday, so enjoy this additional savings right now, because normally this unit at the QVC price would be $114. We've sold over 120,000. So it's of just this one unit, even more in total of all the different types of EyeVacs that we have here. It has over 250 5-star reviews alone. And basically, the reason why is because this is real life. This is like every single day of your life, whether it's throwing the filter in from the coffee machine into the trash and never making it in there. There's always some coffee that ends up on the floor. Now you sweep it in. The cereal, you sweep it in. The dog food, when the dog's eating and the food's all over the place, you sweep it in and let EyeVac do the job for you. We do have this in a couple of different colors, so I'll take you through that, and then we'll get our guest, Kylie, to do some demonstrations for us. The color I have here is the matte black. We also have rose gold, silver, black, that's a glossy black, and white. The 36154 is your item number. Kylie Watts, welcome in. Happy Friday.
Hey, Miss Jane Brown, thank you so much for having me. Happy Friday. And yeah, the EyeVac is a great cleaning tool that really changes the way we clean, because it's always out, it's always on, and it's always ready to clean for us. So no longer do you have to get out that big upright vacuum if you spill that coffee or there's tumbleweeds from the pet. And you don't have to take your broom with that dustpan, meaning you have to bend over and chase that line of demarcation. It's like having your own central vac system. It looks great. The EyeVac Home is one that's streamlined. It's a really high-end looking appliance, and it can live in any area where you have hard surfaces. So your kitchens, your bathrooms, your entryways, maybe areas where you have a lot of traffic. And instead of bending over, like we said, you literally just grab your broom. When you get your EyeVac Home, you plug it in like we have right here, and you power it on. So I'm going to power it on right here, and I'll show you exactly how it works. So you can see I've got some tumbleweeds of fur down low, and there's 2 little dots at the bottom of this unit. That's the infrared eye. So once you get in front of that eye, it automatically knows to start that vacuum process. So you sweep up, and I'll do it kind of from the side so you can see, look at the fur just fly right in there. That's because you have a 1,000-watt cyclonic motor inside of here. Lots of different powers. So it could be the pets, it could be the coffee, it could be the cereal, it could be the crafting stuff. But you can see I didn't have to bring out my upright vacuum. I didn't have to bend over, and in a matter of 10 seconds, like your 10-second tidy, it's completely cleaned up. But here you can see what's going on inside, the internals of the EyeVac. That infrared sensor that lets you know to turn on that vacuum. There is also a manual mode too, Jane, if you didn't want to have it in auto, but you don't have to bend over, you don't have to chase that line, but you do get nice, clean floors.
You will supply your own broom, but of course that's probably something that you already have, and many of us, like you said, have been doing the sweep and bend for way too long, and that's not the same as the bend and snap. This is the sweep and bend, which is something that I really don't want to do, and it captures all of those things, even things that are, you know, pretty substantial. I mean, I was thinking like crafting and sequins and, you know, baking and sprinkles, and there's so many things that hit that floor on a regular basis, and all you have to do is sweep it into the EyeVac. Talk to us about what we saw there in the video.
Sure, yeah. So you saw just really how easy it is, how it works. So I've lifted one up here so I can show you. We have a clear front case right here so you can see the internals of the EyeVac. So the EyeVac itself is less than a gallon of milk, Jane. It's got a handle on the back. So if you needed to move it from room to room, you totally could. It's super lightweight. You have a gallon capacity inside of this, so it's going to hold a lot of dirt and debris. There's a full indicator light on the top that's going to let you know when it needs to be emptied, so you don't have to worry about a thing. You have dual filters inside of this. They're washable and reusable, and I'll show you exactly the technology inside side. So we hit power, it's going to go into auto mode. If we wanted it in manual mode, meaning we tell it when to activate, we would hit that power button again a second time. But as soon as we get in front of these infrared eyes, it's automatically going to turn on, and I'll start feeding it these puffs. You can see with these puffs, what's happening is they're actually moving around, right? There's a cyclonic technology inside of this that keeps that dirt away from those filters, giving you continuous suction throughout. And then when you need to empty it, when it tells you it's time to empty, you make sure it's powered off. You literally pop this runoff right here. Here's where one of your filters live. The other one's on the other side of your EyeVac, both washable and reusable. You take this right to the garbage can, you empty it out, and then you're ready to start cleaning again. It's so easy to use.
This is one of those tools that you often see if you go to like the hairdressers, the salons, where they have to clean up on a regular basis. I mean, it just sweep it instead of into a corner, right into the EyeVac. And again, the controls couldn't be simpler. They're right here on the top, just so you can see a close-up of how to turn it on, how to activate it, put it in auto mode if you want to, or have it on the sensor. And once you turn it on, and then brush your particulates into this little well here, it will immediately bring all of them in, and then you're done. So it's a task that doesn't take up a lot of time. And from the bathroom, where, you know, every time I wash my hair, I look down on the floor and I'm like, why is there so much hair on the floor? How is it even that there's any left on my head? Because it looks like a whole head's worth of hair on the floor after I get done the blow dry. If my EyeVac is there, I can sweep it all in there, and I don't have to worry about the hair getting tangled in the brush roll, like it so often happens when you use a traditional vacuum for things like that. Again, from the pet food to the kids with the spills, to the craft room, to the dust and the dogs, and just everyday grime. We have some construction happening right now, and the dust, of course, from the sawdust and all of that is, you know, everywhere, Kylie. So this is something that in 2 seconds I can sweep it up and throw it away.
Oh, definitely. And I love what you said too about the hair salon, right? Because Jane, this is actually where it started. So the EyeVac was created for commercial spaces. Think industrial buildings where there's sawdust, hair salons where they're doing a lot of sweeping. And what they realized was this technology is really helpful for us to have in our home. So they created the EyeVac Home, which looks nice. It's going to blend into your decor. You've got all those great colors to choose from, but you don't have to bend over. And I think you talked about, you know, the 255-star reviews. What people love about this is it's easy, right? You might bring out your regular vacuum once or twice a week. You can use your EyeVac once, twice, 3, 4 times a day when you see those spills, because all you need at your house is your broom. Broom's still one of the best ways to clean. We know that because we can get underneath things, right? We can go underneath the stove with our broom and get those areas, and we can sweep up. And what I did with this one right here is now I have it in the manual mode, which means when I go to it, it's not going to activate, okay, because it's in manual. So when I put my hands in front of those infrared eyes right here, it is not turning on. There's a key on the top of it. There's an activate key right here that you can see, and that's what I hit to turn it on. So that is great if you have kids or pets, or at nighttime you want to make sure nobody's activating it accidentally. So when I hit activate, and I'm just going to feed it with my hands because I want you to see the power. Look at how that fur just flies right in here. That's 1,000 watts of power right here. The little streamers that we have, see, it's not going to activate because I'm in front of it. I have to tell it to. But the streamers that we have, that's the power of the EyeVac, why people have loved this, because it really makes cleaning easier. And while I was down on my hands and knees there to show you, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to bend over. You don't have to chase that line of dirt. So anybody with mobility issues really loves the EyeVac because it just makes life easier.
We're going to make sure this blends right into whatever part of your home you're going to put this into. So we've got colors that allow you to do that. I'll walk everybody through the colors and invite you again to place your order for it while we have this sale price. There's the rose gold. We have a matte black, which is what I have here in the studio. We have silver, black, and white is the most limited. So if you've got white cabinets in your kitchen or want to keep it very neutral in the powder room, bathroom, then go ahead and pick up the white. The President's Day sale price on this goes up at the end of the day on Monday. So enjoy it while we have it now, because the regular QVC price on this would be about $114. So if you're thinking, gosh, you know, it would be nice to have one in the main bathroom, but I'd also want one downstairs. This is the time to think multiples, one for upstairs, one for downstairs, because we've got the sale price and 5 easy pays and free standard shipping and handling. So that's the trifecta of reasons to get it. The other reasons is because over 250 people already got this and wrote back and said, we love this product. And you can see those reviews on QVC.com, so don't take it from us. But we've sold over 120,000 of just this model of the EyeVac here at QVC. So it is a really popular product, to say the least, because it does what it says it does, and that saves time and energy. Could you show us the demonstration once again so we can see what's happening inside the unit?
Absolutely, yeah. So basically what we did right here was we created a clear front canister, right? So you can see the internals. There's cyclonic technology, gallon capacity inside of here. So all I have to do is power it on. When I get in front of the EyeVac, it starts that cyclonic technology, that powerful motor, and when I give it the puffs, you can see how it's moving around there. That's keeping the dirt away from the filters, giving you continuous suction throughout. That's important because you want to have the most power that you can. Then, of course, when you want to empty it, Jane, super easy. You pop this out. This is where your gallon capacity lives. You have dual filters in here, but you don't have to replace them. They are washable and reusable. One's here, one's on the other side of the unit. Then you take this to the trash, you empty it out. So it's really, really easy. But I mean, yeah, think about kitchens. It's perfect for the spills you have. Bathrooms, it's perfect for all the hair and the debris that goes in there. Entryways, if you know you're coming in. We have so much dirt coming in these days with our four-legged friends. It's not even funny. People love this for the kitty litter box because litter is something you don't want to put in your regular vacuum. This could live right next to it and give you the ability to clean it up in a second because you're not taking out that big upright vacuum, lugging a 20-pound vacuum, going up and down stairs. You're seeing how beautifully it is in the entryway there. And that's the inlet right there. So it's about the size of a quarter. So any dry particulate that you have that's no bigger than that will fit in here. The pasta that gets spilled, people love this during the holiday season for the pine needles, for the pet fur, it's an absolute must-have. The kibble that gets spilled. I mean, the better you live life, Jane, the messier it gets. And EyeVac's really whole mission is just to help you live it a little bit better, make it easier for you, help keep your floors clean, and do it in a way that's quick, easy, and effective.
That's right. And it doesn't replace your regular vacuum. We're not saying that. There's going to be times when you'll need it, but this is for everyday messes that happen every single day. And in many cases, multiple times a day if you've got kids. I can only imagine that if you are someone who cares for your grandkids or your own children during the course of the day, from the Cheerios to the little peanut snacks or whatever it may be, all of it would be all over the floor. And I remember those days, like finishing a meal, a breakfast, and looking underneath the table where the kids were sitting, and there'd just be a shrapnel of everything that was on the plates all over the floor. So instead of having to stop, get the big vacuum, you take the broom, you sweep it into the EyeVac, and it's done for the day, or for that moment anyway. So it's versatile in that, and then the fact that it's a touchless operation, that you can do it manually or you can have it go automatically and activate by the sensor mode. There's the control panel on the top that allows you to, again, switch between the two. So all of that said, go to QVC.com, put in item number A36154, and look at what folks that have received the EyeVac have said about it, and maybe that's enough to kind of make you think, oh gosh, you know what, I have that situation in my house every day too. This might be something that will save me time and energy.
Well, and it's fun too. Some of those reviews, because I always check them out too. I love hearing what people are saying about the products that I work with here. Some of them say there's a lot of grandparents and parents on there that say it makes it fun for the kids too.
Yeah.
The kids don't mind using this, right? Because it is fun. It's almost like a little robot that's out. You get to feed it stuff. You can make it like a little, game with them. So that's really fun too. And it's definitely a must-have, right? We know cleaning with the broom is one of the best ways to clean because it gives us the ability to get in areas that we can't go with a 25-pound vacuum. But the problem with the broom has always been kind of bending over, chasing that line of dirt, trying to get all of that out. EyeVac solved that problem. Central vac systems, as Jane, as you know, are thousands of dollars, but it's like having your own central vac wherever you need it. So you can kind of customize that experience. And when you get it home, it's as simple as literally taking it out of the box. You're going to plug it in, you're going to power it on. One touch is going to go in that auto mode, which means the EyeVac will know when you're in front of it when you take your broom and sweep. So I put it in its auto mode, and you'll see there's two little infrared eyes down low. So when we get up and we start sweeping and we get up close close to our EyeVac, as soon as I get in front of it, as soon as that broom goes in front, it knows. So it starts that powerful cyclonic. I love trying to just get the fur close so it flies in, because it really is powerful. And again, here's our streamers too. So if it's any kind of crafting, party stuff, this is great for classrooms. People have used these in hair salons. And remember, it started in that commercial space. And manual mode means I just popped it into manual mode. It will not start until I tell it to. So 2 modes for you to use it. It's super lightweight, weighs less than a gallon of milk. So if you did need to move it, you totally can.